Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Goldfish Gladiator. So, as you're probably realizing by now, I'm kind of addicted to Prime Speaker Vannifar, so today we are trying out a different standard take on Prime Speaker Vannifar. This is Temur Vannifar on Magic Arena, and I'm pretty excited to actually give this deck a shot. Temur adds some really interesting pieces to a Prime Speaker deck. We've played some other color combinations in the past, so we're going to check out and see what Temur has to offer today. So a quick reminder before we break down Temur Vannifar for Standard. If you enjoyed this deck and you enjoy Goldfish Gladiators in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk some Temur Vannifar, starting with Prime Speaker Vannifar itself. Basically just a birthing pod on a body. We've already talked about this one many times before, so we're not going to go too deep. The most important thing when it comes to Standard is constructing a strong curve. You need to make sure you have a nice mixture of converted mana cost, something you want to tutor up at each converted mana cost to really make Prime Speaker work, and our deck does a pretty sweet example of this. So Prime Speaker, the centerpiece of the deck. Why are we playing Temur though? And the biggest reason for this is our non-creature spells. So our deck is almost exclusively creatures. We have all creatures except for two spells. One is Adventurous Impulse, which pretty much just lets us cut back to 23 lands, digs a little bit to find our Prime Speaker, our other creatures. The big one though is Rhythm of the Wild. So Rhythm of the Wild is insane with Prime Speaker Vannifar. It's insane in general. It's just a really strong card, fighting control decks by making our creatures non-counterable, and also giving all of our non-tokens Riot. The big combo here though is Rhythm of the Wild gives our Prime Speaker Vannifar haste, so we can play Rhythm the next turn Prime Speaker, and we can immediately activate it. We don't gotta wait a turn for our opponent to maybe kill our Prime Speaker. We know we're getting in that first activation when Prime Speaker resolves, and then all the creatures that we get with Prime Speaker Vannifar also have haste, which is even more powerful. So Rhythm of the Wild, probably the biggest reason to play Temur with Prime Speaker Vannifar. Then we have our curve. So our Prime Speaker curve starts off at 1 and 2 mana with a bunch of mana dorks. Land War, Druid of the Cowl, Incubation Druid. These creatures just speed up our deck a bit, get us to our Prime Speaker, our big stuff faster. Incubation Druid also super cute with Rhythm of the Wild because we're able to put a counter on it for free. So it's often tapping for 3 mana. Like, while it doesn't sound like an explosive line, playing Prime Speaker, sacking Land War to get Incubation Druid with a Rhythm out is actually really good because we're trading up a 1 mana producing mana dork for a 3 mana producing mana dork, which lets us do some really explosive rampy type things as well. Then we have our 3 drops, which are Sailor of Means and also Mirror Image. So Sailor, just a good body against aggro, puts up a 1/4 for blocking, also gives us a treasure, which is nice. And then Mirror Image, one of the sweetest one-ofs in a Prime Speaker deck because we're able to tutor this up and copy big expensive things. We can sack a relatively useless 2 mana dork and copy like a 6 mana, a 7 mana play, which is really, really strong. Then we get to our big payoffs, and one of the other big reasons to be Temur and splash into red with Prime Speaker is Rekindling Phoenix. Rekindling Phoenix is kind of hilariously good with Prime Speaker because we can sack it repeatedly. We can sack Rekindling Phoenix to get a 5-drop, then we're able to get back our Rekindling Phoenix the next turn with haste, smash our opponent with it post-combat, sack it again, get another 5-drop. So once we get this going, we can just kind of tutor up all of our 5-drops over the course of a few turns for free without even losing a creature. As far as the 5-drops, we have 2 options. Biogenic Ooze has just proven itself to be incredibly powerful. It is a threat that must be dealt with pretty much immediately, or else it's going to take over the game all by itself. And then we have Siege Gang Commander, which is sneakily good with Prime Speaker. I mean, on one hand, it just puts a bunch of bodies on the battlefield, good on defense. On the other hand, in the mid to late game, we can tutor up Siege Gang Commander with all of our mana available by using Prime Speaker, and then just use our mana to throw all the goblins goblins in our opponent's face, so it's kind of like a 6 damage burn spell that we can tutor up. We can also shoot down our opponent's board, which is nice, but it gives us this weird reach. If our opponent manages to gum up the board so we can't close out the game with creatures attacking, Siege Gang can come in and just be our kind of like fireball at our opponent's face. Then at the top end of our curve, we have a couple of 6-drops, 1 7-drop. Dream Eater and Ravager Worm give us essentially 2 removal spells in the 6-drop slot. Dream Eater bouncing something, surveilling to set up our draws. Ravager Worm mostly coming down, being big, and also fighting something. It's kind of sneaky, but if we riot the counter onto Ravager Worm, it's big enough that it can fight things up to like Lyra Dawnbringer, a lot of big annoying flyers, and kill them. And we have a body left over on the battlefield. And then Big Mama Palaka comes down at the top end of our curve, gains us a bunch of life against aggro, and is just a huge trampling threat. So that is basically the deck. Hopefully get a hasty Prime Speaker, thanks to Rhythm of the Wild, get a bunch of hasty creatures working our way up the curve and just kill our opponent with the value. As far as the mana base, we get a bunch of shock lands, a bunch of the check lands, a couple of forests, and that is Temur Vannifar for standard, and that's our Goldfish Gladiator deck for this week. So there is a sideboard in the deck list. You can see it there. We are going to be playing a best of 1 arena mode tournament, so that might change once best of 3 becomes ranked. We're going to wait and see how it goes, so give me your feedback on that. But we're going to be playing a best of 1 tournament, but if you're interested, this is a best of 3 deck. It's a deck that 5-0'd a league in the hands of Kumazi on Magic Online, so it definitely can work in best of 3 as well. So it's not one of those decks that's like tweaked specifically for best of 1 matchups, but we're going to see how it does. See how this competes in the best of 1 meta on Magic Arena. See if we can tutor up the right things at the right time to kill our opponent with our hasty Temur Vannifar value. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay, see how Temur Vannifar actually works in practice. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Goldfish Gladiator time. We are playing some, good lord that's loud, some Temur Pod in Ravnica Legion standard, and alright, well, I think we might make our controllable opponent sad if this Rhythm resolves. If Rhythm resolves, this hand is pretty absurd. Plains. Whoo! Alright, Rhythm's coming down. Good luck, opponent. Rootbound Craig, Rhythm of the Wild. No counters for you. Pass the turn. Yeah, do your Isconta stuff. The other absurd part about this is... Yeah. This is looking good. I mean, if our opponent can kill it, it gets worse, but... Opponent plays a Sacred Foundry. Passes. Oh, Lord. Another Rhythm of the Wild. So I think our plan is play Sulphur Falls. Play Sailor of Means. Opponent's going to gain some life. So play Sailor. Give it haste. Get a treasure. Incubator Druid. Put a counter on it. Get in with Sailor. And here we come, opponent. Search for Isconta. Yeah, doing its thing. Opponent draws. No milling. Sulphur Falls. Deafening Clarion. Ugh, alright. Well, that does slow us down. Well, a Rhythm of the Wild. Get in. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Now we're very short on mana, and we can't actually cast anything. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Opponent mills, yeah. Oh, we have the most expensive hand in the history of hands. Opponent plays a land. Okay. We're gonna need a threat at some point that we can actually cast. Gets a card, mills a land. We draw a land, oh dear. All right, take one, Ral. This is not the dream. Not the dream. That Deafening Clarion was so insane. Mountain for our opponent. Well, maybe getting Rhythm Flooded is bad. Ral takes up, draws some cards. Yep, mills a Seal away. Well, this is not going the way I imagined. I'll play Prime Speaker. Haste and counter. Sacrifice Sailor. Get a 4-drop. Opponent draws a couple cards. All right, we need something good here. Well, I guess it's Rekindling Phoenix. Haste, counter. Hit Ral. Down to 1. I mean, we're putting up a fight for being pretty mana screwed. Opponent. As Kanta gets to flip, too. Yep. Takes up Ral.
I just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
Mills draws. Opponent's hand is very full. Land. And fight with fire. Takes down Prime Speaker. Well, that's not exciting. Explosion to take down Rekindling Fiend. Do they have another? Is this just like all the removal spells in the world? So we get a token. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This works out. So we get back Rekindling Phoenix. Haste, counter. Draw land, play Biogenic Ooze. Haste, counter. Kill Ral, hit our opponent. And now our opponent needs sweepers. Counter up the oozes. We might be okay. We got off to a pretty slow start, but Rhythm of the Wild is proving its worth. Alright, there's a big ol' Niv Mizzet. Well, Biogenic Ooze. Counter. Counter. Get in with Phoenix. Opponent down to 14. Grow the dorks. All right, opponent. You better kill us. You better kill us or sweep the board. The oozes are big. Pings and ooze. Opponent's going to have a good turn, but I think they need a sweeper. Ooh, desperate. Desperate. Oh, they hit a settle. Well, that means our opponent lives, unfortunately. Plays a land. Well, that's Adventurous Impulse. Opponent gets to draw. Take a... Jeez. Incubation Druid. Go to combat. Attack. 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 6. Ugh. Alright. Attack, attack, attack. Man, opponent got a little bit fortunate, I think. Niv. Yep. Draws a card. Settle. Oh, dear. We get 2 forests. Play Incubation Druid. Counter, counter. Llanowar Elves. Counter, counter. Alright. Alright, opponent. Alright. Man. Ugh. Well, that's why you play as Kanta. And have the right card on the top of your deck. As Kanta. Come on. Mirari Conjecture. That doesn't do it. Opponent passes. Well. Play Palaka Worm. Revitalize. I mean, we are going for this. Pings us. Draws. Pings us. Palaka Worm. Interesting. I don't think that works the way our opponent hopes. Pings us. Haste, counter. All attack. Opponent blocks. And that's game? Whoo! We got there. Wow. That settle had us on the ropes, but Rhythm of the Wild. Pretty good against control. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. On to round number 2. Whoo! Thank goodness. Destroy your land 9/9. All right. Sounds like a worthy opponent. Yeah, we'll keep this. This hand is pretty expensive, but I mean, we do have a Llanowar. I wish we didn't have all of our top-end stuff in hand, but eh. The problem with this hand is if Llanowar dies, we kind of do nothing. Wow, going to 5. Okay. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped, Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. Opponent. So we want lands or early drops. Opponent draws. Oh. Island. Well, let's Druid of the Cowl. Steam Vent's tapped. Pass the turn. Island. Opponent. Passing. Well, let's just Rhythm. Oh, resolves? Okay. Get in with Druid. Well, now life is great against the seemingly mono blue deck. If mono blue can't counter our stuff, I don't know how they have a chance. Chart, of course, sure. Yeah, Rhythm of the Wild seems great against mono blue tempo, just like so good. Yeah, discarding the counters, good choice. Storm Tamer, yup. Well, let the fun begin, I think. Play Sulphur Falls. Play Vannifar. Give it haste. Sack Llanowar. Get a Incubation Druid. Counter on it. Get in for 1. And suddenly our mana issues are gone. We have 7 mana. We can just like hardcast Block a Worm if we want to. Yeah, this is feeling good. I mean, our opponent mulliganed a lot, but Rhythm has been proving itself. It was key against Control, and now it's key against Mono Blue. All right, Curious Obsession. Water Tap Weaver. All right. Well, opponents, they're putting up as much of a fight as they can. Gets in, hits us. Draws a card. Oh, Lord. Well, that's Ravager Worm. Haste. Counter. Fight Storm Tamer. Get in 4/5. Opponent's doing some jumping, and what do you do, Mono Blue? What do you do? Nothing. Scoops it up. Whew. Well, so far, Rhythm of the Wild has been insanely impressive in these matchups. I mean, we have played against 2 counterspell decks, which probably makes it look better. It probably is its best matchup. But even our creatures with haste, Vannifar with haste, whew, so far so good. All right. All right. We're on the play. Well, okay. Slightly clunky. Unfortunately, Rootbound Crag tapped. But I mean, this is a fine hand. Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. What do you got? Mountain. The red deck. Oh, Warlord's Fury. Interesting. Well, let's Rootbound Crag Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. I expect our opponent can kill it, but... Ooh, Electrostatic Field. No killing. Well, play Rootbound Crag. Play Rhythm of the Wild. Adventurous Impulse. Take Llanowar. Pass the turn. Alright, Runaway Steamkin, sure. Opponent passes. Oh, play the Forest. Play Vannifar. Give it haste. Play Llanowar. Put a counter on it. Sack Llanowar. Get Incubation Druid. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn, and the mana's looking good. Another Electrostatic Field. Grows Teamkid, yep, that's fine. Oh, this is going to be a good turn. Wow. All right, so we get to play Rekindling Phoenix. We're going to be sacking this. So it doesn't matter. Give it a counter. Sack Phoenix. Get a ooze. Give it a counter. Mirror Image. Copy ooze. Give it a counter. Play Breeding Pool. And, yeah. Go ahead. Oozes! Double trigger! Wow! Wow! Okay. That felt good. That felt reasonable. Alright, opponent, what do you got? Crash through. Pings us. Yup. Land. Steamkin. Certainly. Mana. Warlord's Fury. Well, I mean, if our opponent could, like, somehow combo kill, I guess that's a thing. Alright, another electrostatic field. Grows the Steamkins. We untap. We get back Rekindling Phoenix. Haste. We draw Stomping Ground. Alright, go to combat. Attack, 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 attack. Opponent's got to do some blocking. Ooze. And takes it? Well, now we just sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get Siege Gang Commander and win? Siege Gang. Sure, haste. And we got the GGs. Sack a Goblin. Hit our opponent. Down to 1. Sack a Goblin. Hit our opponent. Wait, did I click this properly? Yes, opponent. Sack a Goblin. And that should do it. Whoo! There's the reach we needed, and this deck is explosive. It is explosive. That's 3 in a row. 3 in a row with Temur Pod. Alright, we're on the draw, but this is fine. Mountain. Well, Stomping Ground stepped. Opponent. Alright, playing some Boros. There's a Vanguard. Well, Hinterland Harbor. Druid of the Cowl. Pass the turn. Mounted. Triumph of Gerard. Okay. Well, no blocks. We'll take 1 billion. Take 4. That's actually kind of scary. Well, let's Sulphur Falls. Play Prime Speaker. Take our beats and see if our opponent has an answer. Grow in the Vanguard. Jeez, that is a big Vanguard. Another Vanguard. And another. Okay. Okay. I think we can deal with this. Opponent gets in for 5. No blocks. We draw a Forest. So play the Forest. Siege Gang Commander. Make a bunch of dorks. Sack Siege Gang Commander. Get a Dream Eater. Get rid of the big Vanguard. Also, you know, Graveyard, Graveyard, Graveyard. Yeah, we'll keep Rhythm. Bounce Vanguard. Pass the turn. So Triumph of Gerard pumps one of these Vanguards. First strike, flying lifelink. Another Triumph. Wow, this is what they're doing. Okay. Sure. And a Vanguard. I think we just take our beats. Well, we're definitely going to block this Vanguard. See if our opponent... Alright, they just let it die. We take 4. We're down to 7. But now we get to play Rhythm of the Wild. Play Incubation Druid. Put a counter on it. Stomping Grounds, tapped. Go to combat. Get in with Dream Eater. Hit our opponent. And now we just get to get a Palaka Worm. And go back to 14, and hopefully that puts it away. So Vannifar, sack Dream Eater. Going up the chain to Palaka Worm. We will give it a counter. Gain 7. Pass the turn. Yup. Counters on the Vanguards. Well, apparently our deck does not care about Odonto Vanguard. Holy, they drew them all. They drew all 4. And a Shield Mate, sure. Opponent. I mean, there's no real sense in attacking. Opponent passes. We draw Rootbound Crag. Well, play Rekindling Phoenix. Give it Haze, doesn't really matter. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Oh boy. This does have trample. That's not a good plan. Oh dear, opponent. Oh, opponent. I think you just killed yourself. Opponent's at 5. Then we can sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get our second Siege Gang and just burn our opponent out. Siege Gang. Put a counter on it. Make some goblins. And I think that's just game. So Siege Gang, yes. And opponent! That does it! I mean, I think we would have won even if our opponent didn't make that bad block, but wow. This deck feels super good. This deck feels super good. 4-0. We have not dropped a game. Vannifar is quite the card, as is Rhythm of the Wild. And the reach of Siege Gang Commander has been really powerful. All right. On the play, sure. We don't have any of our main combo pieces, but we got some ramp. This is, strangely enough, a hand that can just potentially just ramp into Palaka Worm naturally, pretty quick. Mountain. Alright, well, a little less quick. Opponent shocks. Play Llanowar. Play Stomping Grounds. Sailor Means is a good blocker against these red decks, though. Opponent. Alright, Lightning Strike. Well, I don't like this, but let's shock ourselves. Get a treasure. Mountain. And there's a Pyromancer. Yup. Resolves. Down to 14. Light up the stage. Lava Runner and Mountain. Well, Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Mountain. Steamkin. Uh-oh. We haven't drawn much action, unfortunately. Lava Runner. Grow Steamkin. Opponent. Lava Runner. Hasty. Grow Steamkin. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. Opponent. Getting frisky. Well, we're gonna block a Lava Runner. Drop to 12. How do we want to do this? Let's Adventurous Impulse. Oh, we really need to get down Palaka Worm. Alright, take Hinterland Harbor. Play Hinterland Harbor. Play Siege Gang. No attacks. I think we gotta put up some defense. Hopefully we get to this Palaka Worm naturally before we're dead. Just letting our opponent hit us for 6 there, though. We could be dead just literally immediately. Chain Whirler, that's a blowout, and we get wrecked, but opponent, combat, attacks, attacks, attacks. Well, block, block, block. Take 2. Leaving Siege Gang alive gives us something to do next turn while we're waiting for Big Mama Palaka. Alright, opponent. Alright, so we're down to 10. We lose a bunch of stuff. Alright, there goes the Siege Gang. Well, let's see what we draw. Opponent's only got 1 card. Skewer the critics. Alright. What do we draw? Sulfur Falls. Well, play Breeding Pool. No attacks. Opponent. Combat. Well, block Pyromancer. Go to 4. Hopefully they didn't draw Risk Factor. Alright, just a mountain. Jeez. Alright, well, there's Big Mama Palaka. Back up to 11. We still need another draw, though. Like, if we don't draw any more action, we still could just lose to our opponent's burn spells off the top. Mirror Entity would be our dream. Mirror Entity on Palaka Worm would be just so good. Well, block Steam Kid. Down to 9. If our opponent kills it, then at least we get to draw a card. Alright, they kill it, we draw a card. Please not a land, it's a land. Alright, well, there's Prime Speaker. Play a Steam Vents. Pass the turn. Oh, boy. Alright, opponent. Oh, my goodness, Frenzy. That's very bad. That's very, very bad. Well, that's Adventurous Impulse. We really need to hit a creature here. Oh, my lord. Wow. We are not lucky. We are not... Oh, my goodness, we're going to lose this game. Oh, my God. Whoa. That is... Oh, boy. That is mind-numbing. For the amount of creatures that we have in the deck, to hit triple lands there after we've already had so many lands, yeah. An opponent's just going to get the Frenzy win. And it's a Llanowar Elves. Well, that does it. There ain't nothing we can do. Wow. Well, I guess we can commiserate on our unfortunateness. Oh, there's so many draws that would have been good, but instead it's all lands, and we scoop it up. Well. The Magic Gods have frowned upon us. Opponent with the Frenzy off the top, and our Adventurous Impulse was, mind-numbingly bad. Well, we're still 4-1. We're still 4-1. We're still good. We're still good. I think that this version of the Vannifar deck, the Temur version, it's definitely better against control, but I think it's worse against mono red. We'll take Sulfur Falls. I think it's worse against the red deck. The Bant version of Pod has a lot of life gain for the red deck, which is nice. You know, that comes into play tapped. Well, I guess we need to Breeding Pool. Incubation Druid. See if our opponent can kill it. If not, we get down Prime Speaker. Sulfur Falls. Alright, well, slight change of plans. Let's Rhythm of the Wild. Llanowar. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. Well, against the control deck, Rhythm is one of our best cards. It might be our single best card. Clifftop. Well, that's Vannifar. Give it haste. Sack Llanowar. Take Incubation Druid. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. Yeah. No attacks with our 0-powered creatures. Opponent ups. To the bottom. And revitalize. Opponent's gonna need to find a sweeper. Ooh, seal away. Well, that's annoying. Tap land. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's Steam Vents untapped. Second Rhythm of the Wild. Biogenic Ooze. Put a counter on it. Give it haste. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Grow the oozes. So opponent still needs an actual sweeper. Land. Lyra. Ooh. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's pass the turn. See what our opponent does. Crackling Drake. Draws a card. Yep. Tap land. Oh boy. All right. So now, wait, can we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, we can't. All right, so we just Dream Eater. Count. And opponent scoops it up? Opponent scoops it up. Whoo. Rhythm. Rhythm, rhythm. Up to 5 wins. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. 1 little loss to mono red. And this deck feels really good. This deck is fun. This is a fun one. Oh, Vannifar is just such a sweet card. Come on. 2 more. 2 more. We are on the play, and we'll keep it. Nice little ramp band. Forest. Llanowar. We don't have a Vannifar, but see what our opponent. Ooh, Hunted Witness. Well, just play the tap land and pass. Kind of want to get down this Rhythm of the Wild. Opponent gets in for 1. No blocks. Plains and Hunted Witness Part 2. And Hunted Witness Part 3. Alright, play Hinterland Harbor. Play Rhythm of the Wild. Llanowar. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. Alright, Godless Shrine, History of Benalia. Opponent. No attacks. I'll play Sailor. Put a counter on it. No attacks. We're a little pinched on red mana. Opponent gets another Knight. Wow, big attack. Well, we're just going to block the Knight and take our beats. I don't know what tricks our opponent has. Down to 16. Kills a Llanowar. Yup. Oh, this lack of red mana. Well, I mean, I guess we just Siege Gang. Counter. No attacks. Hopefully we draw some red mana eventually. Alright, Oligarch. Opponent passes. Well, Hinterland Harbor. No attacks. Well, now we're to the point where any land is good, because any land gets us to Dream Eater, which should let us surveil into lands. All right, Seraph of the Scale. Opponent. All right, let's kill this knight. Sack a goblin. Since we have extra mana. Also, Vannifar is great. Llanowar. Well, Llanowar. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. We're doing this the hard way without double red. Phone it. Land untapped. Lyra. Okay. Ugh, grows the Seraph. Alright, we take 5. Untap. Well, there's our red mana. Well, play Rootbound Crag. Pass the turn. We're definitely on the Dream Eater plan here. Opponent. Attacks. So we Dream Eater. Give it a counter. Although I think it's dying. Graveyard. 1, 2, 3. All right, graveyard. Top. Bounce Lyra. Block Seraph. Opponent gets a couple dorks. Replays Lyra. So we untap. Alright, step 1. Siege Gang. Kill a spirit. Yeah, kill a spirit. Vannifar. With haste. Sack Siege Gang. And I think we get our worm. Yeah, get Ravager Worm. Put a counter on it. Fight Lyra. Kill Lyra. And no attacks. Oh, we might have stabilized. Ravager Worm, giving us an out to that Lyra. Opponent. Gets in with the spirit, down to 10. Sure. Mortify Prime Speaker. Alright. And a Donto Vanguard. Okay. I'll play Rekindling Phoenix. Put a counter on it. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Yeah, get in with the Ravager. Opponent, yeah, takes the free block. Well, pass the turn. Opponent. Could use another Vannifar. Ugh, another Seraph. Well, thankfully Rekindling Phoenix does keep it at bay for the most part. I'll go to combat. Get in with Ravager. Opponent blocks. Unblocks. Alright, opponent blocks. Gets another dork. Well, Rekindling Phoenix, part 2. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. Oh, this could be close. This is going to be a close one. Another Lyra. I think we're going to need to find an ooze. Alright. Another Rhythm of the Wild. Alright, no attacks. Oh, we need something. These Rekindling Phoenixes can hold down the fort for now. Opponent. Attacks. Well, block... Actually, let's keep our life total high. Block Seraph. Block Lyra. Take 1. Down to 9. Stuff happens. Hopefully our opponent... they did find removal. Alright. Well, gets rid of one of our Rekindling Phoenixes. We need a draw. We need a draw. We get back a Phoenix. We draw. Put a counter on it, I guess. Put a counter on it. Well, Ooze is not bad. Play Sulfur Falls. Play Biogenic Ooze. That is a good one. Put a counter on it. Put a counter on it. Make a token, and then make another Ooze. No attacks. Grow the Oozes. These spirits are still going to get us eventually if we don't draw something. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Yeah. Block Lyra, take 3. This is all we can do. Opponent's up to 1,000,000. Hopefully they did not draw another removal spell. Alright, we get back Rekindling Phoenix. We draw. Yep. Put a counter on it. Put a counter on it. Rhythm of the Wild. Make an Ooze. Get in with Ravager Worm. Ugh. We might just be getting ground out here. Opponent untaps. Combat. Gets in with the Flyers. Well, we block Lyra. We drop to 3. Well, it's top deck time, boys and girls. It's top deck time. We need something. Down to 3. Tithe Taker. We get back Phoenix. Come on, deck. Top deck. Top deck. We need a top deck. Counter. Counter. There's no way we can win this turn, right? There's not. All right. Counter, counter, counter. We draw a land. Oh. Oh, so close. Well, I mean, I guess we got to see the power of Afterlife there, where our opponent, those little spirits, they added up. I wonder if this deck should be playing... I think, so this is definitely an early version of the deck. I think that one thing to explore is more Silver Bullet tutor targets. Because this is a deck where, like Goblin Chain Whirler, for example, it's not insane, but, because the mana, but it is a great tutor target. So I think, like, playing more one of tutor targets might be the way of the future. Ooh, this hand is... so close to exactly what we want. The one problem we have is we don't actually have blue mana. But I think we are going to keep it. And just trust the magic gods. Temple Garden. Well, that's a blue card. Land where else go. So we just need a blue source. If we draw a blue source, we will be happy. Happy and healthy. About it. Sun Petal Grove. Wild Growth Walker. Ooh, that is a blue source. Let's just play Rootbound Crag. Play Druid of the Cowl. No attacks. I mean, I think we can fight through a Wild Growth Walker. It'll probably be a long, crazy match. Ooh, opponent has... Alright, there's the combo. Night of Autumn. Mills it. And Shalai. Grows the Dorks. Well, we take 3. No blocks. Play Steam Vents, untapped. Prime Speaker. Pass the turn. And we'll see what our opponent has. This is a big turn. We need to untap. Okay. Opponent goes exploring. The value we can get from Prime Speaker will hopefully stabilize us. Ugh, another Wild Growth Walker. Good golly. Well, we're taking 8. No blocks. That's not good. Opponent passes. Play Sailor of Means. We got to make sure we don't just die. All right. Float a mana. Sack Druid. Get a 3-drop. It'll be Sailor of Means. Sack the Treasure. Incubation Druid. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent's grown a pretty big board pretty quickly. Land. There's Shalai. Opponent. Attacks, attacks. Well. Block, block, block. Block. Yeah. Block, 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 block. Alright. We untap. Well, Adventurous Impulse. Take Rekindling Phoenix. Play Rekindling Phoenix. Sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get a Siege Gang. No attacks. Opponent untaps. Oh, we're trying. We're trying. We are putting up the best fight we can. Jade Light. Explores. Llanowar. Mills it. And another Wild Growth. Mills it. Alright. Grows the Wild Growth Walkers to insane sizes. Gets in, gets in, gets in. Gets in. Does not. Does. Does not. Does. Alright, so we block here. We block here. We chump here. And we take 3 to 4. Untap, get back Rekindling Phoenix. So we Breeding Pool. Tapped. We sack Siege Gang. Get a Ravager Worm. Put a counter on it. Fight Shalai. Incubation Druid. No attacks. Opponent. Hinterland. Ugh, Tender Shoot. Now, we got to deal with that now. Opponent makes a 3/3. Well, let's Adventurous Impulse. Take a Rootbound Crag. Play Rootbound Crag. Combat. Get in with Rekindling Phoenix. Sack. We gotta sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get Siege Gang number 2. Now we adapt Incubation Druid. And throw a Goblin at Tender Shoot. Huh. Bullet dodged. Pass the turn. Huh. We're at 4, our opponent's at 35, but our board is big. And we do get to keep getting creatures. The combo of Rekindling Phoenix with Prime Speaker is pretty sweet. Ooh, Deputy of Detention. Well, there goes our Goblin tokens. Opponent. Wow. Getting frisky. Oh, block Jade Light. Actually, no. Block Wild Growth. Block Jade Light. Block Wild Growth. Yeah, alright. Stuff dies. Night of Autumn. Counters. We get back Rekindling Phoenix. Untap Steam Vents. 4. Alright, so I think our plan here is go to combat. Get in with Ravager Worm. Opponent takes it. Then sack Ravager Worm. Get Big Mama Plaka. Gain some life. Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Ooh, Zagana. Alright. That's not a bad draw for our opponent. And a Branchwalker goes exploring. Yup. Land, sure. Grows Wild Growth Walker. Opponent plays a land. Opponent thinking over their attacks. I think they should not attack here. Opponent passes. We draw Steam Vents. We can get our Mirror Entity to copy something. Alright, I think we add red. Sack Incubation Druid. Get Mirror Image. Copy Siege Gang. Siege Gang. Throw a Goblin at Zagana. Throw a Goblin at Zagana. Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. And no attacks. No attacks. Pass the turn. Boy, this is a really close game. Riverwise Augur goes brainstorming. That's spicy. Our opponent might actually be playing Prime Speaker as well. Yeah, puts back some cards. Keeps 1. Wow, this has been a battle. A battle. Oh, man. Deputy of Detention. See what our opponent goes for. Goes for our Mirror Image. Huh. Well, we We will just sack it. Yep. Fizzle it. Opponent. Passing. Alright. We untap. Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah, that's not bad. So we play Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah, play Rekindling Phoenix. Go to combat. Get in with Rekindling Phoenix. Hit our opponent. Sack Phoenix. Get a Biogenic Ooze. Pass the turn. We want to leave up Siege Gang mana here, just in case. Opponent finds our own Prime Speaker. Well, we cannot let them untap with that. Which I think means we have to sack all of our... They must have a land on top. Yeah, we gotta sack our goblins. Wow. Alright, so... Yeah, we have to do this, unfortunately. Siege Gang. Throw a goblin at Prime Speaker. Siege Gang. Throw Siege Gang at Prime Speaker. Untap. Get back Rekindling Phoenix. Draw a Breeding Pool. I'll go to combat. Get in with Rekindling Phoenix. Hit our opponent. Sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get an Ooze. And a post scoops it up! Oh, we got there! The Oozes! The Oozes came to play. Oh, alright! One away! One away from Max wins with Temur Pod. Oh, we found the line. We found the line. Wow, that was the closest game we played. That was an insanely close game. Oh boy. Well, it worked. We were the one with the Prime Speaker. And Prime Speaker, if it just sits out on the battlefield, it is absurd. Alright, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. One more for the Max wins. Let's go, deck. Alright, Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Adventurous Impulse. Go digging. We will take a... we better take red. Yeah, take Stomping Grounds. Pass the turn. It looks like we're just on the Rekindling Phoenix plan, honestly. Opponent. Forest. And Llanowar. Sure. Well, Hinterland Harbor, Incubation Druid. Pass the turn. And, I mean, maybe just these two Rekindling Phoenixes will be enough. If we ever find a Prime Speaker to go with them, boy. Then the Oozes come, and the Siege Gangs come. See what our opponent's playing. I guess it could be Stompy, it could be Golgari, it could be Temur, or some 3-color deck. Llanowar Elves off Forest could mean just about anything. Alright, Rootbound Crag. Jade Light Ranger. Explores, mills, hits a land. Sure. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped. Rekindling Phoenix. Pass the turn. Rekindling Phoenix is still a pretty good Magic card. It's some of our best defense, just for, like, blocking, staying alive. Since we're not really playing real removal. Opponent. Ew, Nullhide Ferox. Alright. That's a big ol' thing. Oh, that's a Prime Speaker, though. Alright, well, change of plans. We're just going to play Prime Speaker. And stay on defense. and try to start doing our Prime Speaker stuff. It should be at least hard for our opponent to kill Prime Speaker with this Null Hideout. Forest. And opponent's tanking. And they don't have any timeouts saved up, so they're going to have to do something. Gets in. Well, I mean, we will block with Rekindling Phoenix. Pretty much a free block. Get the token. Branch Walker. Ooh. Alright, we're going to untap with Prime Speaker. Hits a land. Oh, God. We might be dead now. I was not accounting for Galta. Yeah, that's bad news. Oh, the dream! The dream is dying. Dying. Okay. So, what else do we have? That's so much damage. I'll go to combat. Hit our opponent with Rekindling Phoenix. Play Sulfur Falls. Sack Rekindling Phoenix. Get Siege Gang Commander. Block? Yeah, alright. Pass the turn. Our out is to survive this turn, shoot down most of our opponent's board with Siege Gang tokens, and then bounce Galta with Dream Eater. At least buys us a minute. There's a big attack. Alright, so we need to block, and then we Siege Gang. Shoot Llanowar. Sacking a goblin. And then Siege Gang. Shoot Jade Light. Sacking a goblin. Drop to 4. Land for our opponent. Another Null Hide. Well, get back Rekindling Phoenix. What is our plan? The Galta's going to come back. Well, I guess we Vannifar. Sack Siege Gang. Get Dream Eater. Ugh. Land on top. Llanowar Graveyard. Ooze and then Siege Gang. Okay. Bounce Galta. Play Llanowar. Play Rekindling Phoenix. Get in with Rekindling Phoenix. And I mean, in theory, we have 12 in the air. Like, this is a way we can potentially beat Galta. We'll see what our opponent has, but I mean, block with Rekindling Phoenix Llanowar. Wow, Are we going to pull out this win? That was a quick Galta, too. Opponent, combat. Attacks. Well, block and block. I mean, we could kill one, but this is our way to win. This is our pathway to victory, is try to win this turn with our flyers. An opponent does not have an answer, and that is 7 wins. That is 7 wins for Temur Pod. And that deck was super sweet. I cannot believe we won that last one. Ooh, and we get some boosters to open, rewards. Well, let's claim our prize. 7 wins, 7-2 with Temur Pod. Gems, gems. And Woodland Stream. So one thing I gotta say, this event was 90 gems to enter, and I know the individual card reward things being downgraded or whatever is weird, but we just got back half of our entry fee in gems, almost. We got back 40 of our 90 gems. So once you get a full collection, going infinite, quote unquote, and stacking up your gold so you don't have to use it to enter events, and then you can use that to buy packs in the future, it becomes a lot more practical. So shout out to the duplicate protection. It's super sweet. So claim our prize. Let's open our pack. Oh, 4 packs. All right. And opening packs is fun because we actually get cards that we need. Like, ooh, Lavinia. Well, we don't really need that unless they put older formats on Arena at some point. I don't think it's going to see any play in Standard, but next up. Ooh, Mythic Wild Card. Can always use Mythic Wild Cards. Ooh, we get Rare Wild Card. Sphinx of Foresight. Overrated. Overrated. Last but not least, our final opening. Ooh, Rare Wild Card. Not bad, not bad. And the vault slowly filling up. Well, that was good. We can talk about it in the wrap-up, but Temur Pod was great. It was great, great, great. That was fun. Oh, Vannifar is so awesome. Well, all right, be back with the wrap-up. So what do we learn about Temur Vannifar for Standard? And the deck was great. I mean, we hit the 7-win mark, max wins with Temur Vannifar, and the deck felt pretty good along the way. So I think the biggest question, we know that Prime Speaker is good. We've played it in multiple different versions of decks. The biggest question is, why play Temur over Bant or over Sultai or the other option available in Standard? And I think the answer here is twofold, really. Number one, Rhythm of the Wild is as good as advertised. Rhythm is just absurd in this deck. It let us beat control decks. Hasty Prime Speakers are insane, and then our other threats being hasty and getting bigger with Riot are also insane. So that is number one. The number one reason to play this version of Prime Speaker is because Rhythm is just an insanely good Magic card in this deck. The second reason is compared to a lot of the other versions, this version has a lot of sneaky reach. Hasty Rekindling Phoenixes in the air, Siege Gang Commanders to burn our opponent's face. Those are options that you don't get as much in Bant. Like, Bant has a lot of life gain, makes it good against aggro. Sultai has just absurd late game engines where in grinding matchups, it is the best version, I think, of the deck to play because you can just grind people into oblivion. Temur, on the other hand, offers the most aggressive, I think, Vannifar deck, where you have these hasty flyers, you have these pseudo-burn spells with Siege Gang Commander, and Rhythm of the Wild just lets you slam anything into your opponent, even like a Palaka Worm. It's a scary card on its own, but when we're getting a Palaka Worm with haste, thanks to Riot from Rhythm of the Wild, that's a lot of surprise damage going at our opponent's face. So which version of Vannifar is better? And I don't even know yet. So far, we've had great success with Sultai. We've had great success with this Temur build, so I might really just depend on your personal preference. Like, what cards do you like to play? And that is the joy and the beauty of Prime Speaker Vannifar, is the possibilities are endless, and we haven't even gotten to the possibilities of like 4 and 5 color Vannifar builds, which with 10 shock lands, it's possible. It is possible we could go full 5 color Vannifar. Maybe we'll get to that eventually, but these 3 color decks have all felt really good. Prime Speaker's insane, Rhythm's insane, the tutor targets are insane, Rekindling Phoenix repeatedly sacked to tutor up all our 5-drops is insane. The deck was just super sweet. Also, shout out to Rhythm of the Wild with Incubation Druid. That combo is pretty powerful. Keep that in mind, even outside of Prime Speaker decks, if you're just playing like a Gruul deck, the ability to have this explosive ramp for free with Incubation Druid, with a card you already want in Rhythm of the Wild, makes Incubation Druid just a really solid inclusion. If you're playing lesser 2-mana Mana Dorks, probably just play Incubation Druid instead. instead. I think it's just straight up better than Druid of the Cowl and some of the other 2-mana rampers. So the upside is really massive there. So the only downside of this deck is it costs a lot of tickets. There are a lot of rares, a decent amount of mythics. The mana base itself is like over 20 rares, so it's not a cheap and easy deck to build on Magic Arena, which is a drawback, but it is really powerful, and it's not too bad once you already have the mana base. Once you have the mana base, yes, Prime Speaker, Rekindling Phoenix, and some other stuff up the mythic count, but we do have a lot of lower rarity stuff filling out the curve, so it's not cheap, but it's super fun. Anyway, that's been our Goldfish Gladiators for this Temur Vannifar for Standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.